How Kyle Richards' daughters really feel about cancellation. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Kyle Richards is weighing in on the news that Netflix has canceled buying Beverly Hills. The streamer axed the show, which starred her estranged husband, Mauricio Umansky, and 3 of their daughters, after only 2 seasons. Kyle Richards says her daughters are not very upset about cancellation news. Following fan outcry that Netflix had opted out of renewing the show for a 3rd season, Kyle shared her opinions during a recent Amazon Live appearance. The fans have been very upset about buying Beverly Hills. So many people are like, why? I've seen articles about, why would they do that? So who knows? You never know what will happen with that, Kyle said. The show followed Mauricio's real estate company, The Agency, where his daughters with Richards, Farrah Brittany, Alexia Umansky, and Sophia Umansky also work. Kyle even appeared during season 2 to address her marriage troubles with Mauricio. The RHOBA star explained that her daughters care about business, not starring on a reality show. She even claimed that her daughters came to her in tears over the show. They're all business women. They only care about business. She added, they found it very overwhelming to shoot buying Beverly Hills. They came to me in tears so many times. Although her daughters were not very upset about the show not being renewed, they would maybe try reality TV again. They would love it if it happened again. But they are very focused on selling real estate, so I'm proud of them for that, she said. Kyle Richards is at the center of the drama during season 14 of RHOBH. While Kyle's daughters may not care about being reality TV stars, Kyle is one of the most iconic housewives in history. She is returning for the upcoming season along with Garcelle Beauvais, Sutton Stracke, Erica Jane, and Dorrit Kemsley, with the addition of Bozoma St. John. In the newest teaser, Kyle finds herself again right in the middle of a disastrous dinner party. In the clip, Kyle emotionally says, "I am done," before getting up from a group dinner and proclaiming, "I'm not doing this anymore." The sun poured through the tall windows of Kyle Richards' sprawling Encino estate, bathing the modern living room in soft, golden light. Yet, despite the picture-perfect setting, an air of tension hung heavy. It had been 3 days since the official announcement of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cancellation, and the Richards household was still grappling with the news. Farrah, Sophia, Alexia, and Portia had gathered at their mother's house for a family meeting, a rare occurrence now that they were scattered across careers, schools, and personal lives. Kyle, clad in her signature oversized sweater and leggings, perched on the edge of the couch, nervously twisting a strand of hair between her fingers. Portia, the youngest and still a teenager, was the first to break the silence. "So does this mean I'll finally stop seeing memes about our family on TikTok?" she quipped, though her tone was more frustrated than playful. Sophia, ever the pragmatic middle child, shot her sister a look. "Portia, it's not just about memes. This show was Mom's legacy. Our legacy." Farrah nodded in agreement. As the eldest, she'd always felt a sense of responsibility to uphold the family's image. "It's weird, though," she said thoughtfully. "We've been in the spotlight for so long that I don't even remember what life was like before the cameras." Kyle's voice, soft but tinged with emotion, cut through the conversation. "I didn't realize how much this show had become a part of us," she admitted. "I thought I'd be relieved when it ended. Less pressure, less drama. But now it just feels empty." Alexia, the quiet observer of the group, finally spoke up. "Maybe that's the point. Maybe it's time for us to figure out who we are without all of this. Without the cameras, the drama, the public opinions." Her words lingered in the room, heavy and poignant. It was true. RKOBH had been more than a job for Kyle. It had been a way of life, one that her daughters had been pulled into from an early age. Farrah had grown up in the show's formative years, navigating adulthood with a camera crew documenting her every move. Sophia and Alexia had endured their fair share of awkward teenage moments broadcast to millions. And Portia? Well, she was practically born on camera. "I think Alexia's right," Farrah said after a long pause. Maybe this is a chance for us to take a step back and figure out what really matters." Portia, who had been scrolling through her phone, suddenly looked up. "The internet is going nuts about it, by the way," she said, holding up her screen for everyone to see. "Some people are saying the show lost its spark after Lisa left. Others are blaming Mom's drama with Aunt Kathy." Kyle winced at the mention of her sister, Kathy Hilton. Their recent fallout had been one of the show's most talked about storylines, and it was a wound that still hadn't healed. "Let them talk," Sophia said firmly. "We've spent enough of our lives worrying about what strangers think. Maybe this is our chance to just be normal." Kyle gave a small, bittersweet smile. "Normal," she echoed. "I don't even know what that means anymore." For the next hour, the family delved into what life post-RHOBH might look like. Farrah was excited about focusing on her real estate career without the added pressure of reality TV. Alexia mentioned exploring creative projects that didn't involve the family's name. Sophia, always the academic, mused about going back to school for a master's degree. And Portia? "I just want to go to college without people asking if my mom's going to show up at Parents' Weekend with a glam squad," she said with a laugh. Despite the levity, there was an undeniable undercurrent of uncertainty. The Richards family had built their identity around RHOBH for over a decade. Letting go wasn't going to be easy. As the conversation wound down, Kyle stood and walked over to the fireplace, where a framed photo of the family during their first season sat. She picked it up and turned to her daughters. "You know, when I signed up for this show, I never imagined it would last this long," she said. "I just thought it would be a fun way to document our lives, but it became so much more than that. It gave us opportunities, connections, and memories we'll always have. But maybe it's time to let it go." Her daughters nodded, each processing the sentiment in their own way. That evening, after everyone had left, Kyle sat alone in the living room, the quiet almost deafening. She thought about the highs and lows, the friendships gained and lost, the family moments captured forever. And as much as she mourned the end of an era, she couldn't help but feel a flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something new. Let me know if you'd like any adjustments or additional details. As news broke about the cancellation of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RHOBH, Kyle Richards' daughters found themselves navigating a whirlwind of emotions. For years, their lives had been intertwined with the franchise that made their mother a household name. From birthday parties aired on national television to awkward family dinners dissected by fans, their reality had always been anything but ordinary. Now the end of an era loomed large, and each daughter grappled with what it meant for their family and their own lives. Farrah Al-Jafri, a quiet relief. Farrah, Kyle's eldest daughter, had always maintained a more measured relationship with the show. As a successful real estate agent with the agency, she had carved out her own identity outside of her mother's shadow. Still, Farrah couldn't deny the role RHOBH had played in elevating the family's profile, which indirectly benefited her career. Privately, Farrah admitted to feeling a sense of relief about the cancellation. "It's bittersweet," she told a close friend. "The show gave us so much, but it also took a toll. Every disagreement, every private moment, it felt like it belonged to everyone else." Farrah was looking forward to having her mother's undivided attention during family gatherings without the ever-present possibility of camera crew interrupting.